monthly reading for the month of October 2020. I hope you have had an amazing year so far, or even just an amazing month. I know that it has been challenging with what's been going on in the world, but I hope you've been able to navigate those energies. Okay, so we're going to do the reading for you today, and I will say that if this reading doesn't resonate, then because this is for the collective of Cancer, so general readings, it may not resonate with you, but if it doesn't, it simply means that it's for somebody else on this page. So I would suggest to just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I also recommend checking your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus signs, seeing where they sit in your chart, because they may offer more guidance around this Cancer energy for you. Welcome to Cross Watchers. If you're jumping on to suss out what's coming up for your Cancer friends for this month, a big welcome to you. And I would recommend, or I would just say, if you like this reading today, then please like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's get started. So let's start with the central theme for Cancer. Ooh, a subconscious driving force. So what's driving your month ahead? What's going to be sitting in your conscious awareness, Cancer? So at the top of the spread here. Okay, the energy that has been. The energy that is coming up for you. Good. So it's interesting. So I'll go through, I'm using the Radiant Rider-Waite deck for the initial spread, and then I'll go through with the vice versa to do some clarifying cards around this for you, Cancer. Okay, so we've got some big energies here to start us off with. So you've got the Hangman coming out as your central theme. Okay, there's a lot of a lot of Neptune energy in the Hangman card. This is the card, this shows up quite often when you're kind of in a stage of not acting on something. You know, it's about just sitting in the energy of an idea, sitting in the energy of something. And it's when you sit in the energy, when you just allow things to settle, when we're not rushing into something and we're allowing something to settle, Cancer, that's where you'll find that the growth will come. Because you can see he's kind of not struggling here. He's feeling very at ease in this waiting, in this holding period. And you'll notice it's when he's waiting, it's that waiting period that spiritual growth comes through. Spiritual growth and enlightenment comes through. And you know, you're not all going to become enlightened in 1 month just because you're sitting around and waiting for something. I mean kind of enlightened by the clarity around a situation, enlightened by seeing the bigger picture in something. Okay? Now, your subconscious, what's driving this reading, you've got 4 of Wands here. So Venus sits in Aries right here. So this is an interesting card because this is about balance, it's about stability, and it's about celebrating around that kind of connection, that balance, that stability. It can be to do with relationships, it can be to do with, this often shows up when there's engagement, or when there's marriage, or when there's invitations for things like of that nature. So it's interesting that that's sitting in your subconscious, Cancer. And you know, you guys are very much about really wanting or needing the stability within a relationship. Cancerians don't often have lots of different relationships in their life. They really like to stick in with that one partner, and they really like to, once they form or they find their tribe, then they tend to stick with that tribe for very, very, very long time. So you've got that sitting in your subconscious. What's in your conscious awareness, Cancer, is this Queen of Swords energy. So this can be Libra, it can be Aquarius, it can be Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So this is the Queen of Swords. This could be somebody, a person that is affecting you either in the negative or in the positive way, Cancer. But they're on your mind. This person is very logical, they're very analytical, they may be very intelligent, very quick-witted. They can be a little bit disconnected from their emotions. They can appear sometimes to seem a little bit cold, a little bit evasive. They can be somebody who is very sharp with their words. So I'm wondering if this is coming into your energy in October, Cancer, and that's going to be on the forefront of your mind. It also is a mature energy. So the Queen can be either masculine or feminine, but the energy is very, it's mature and it's very in charge of their domain kind of energy. Now, what's sitting in your past is you've got this Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles energy, so Mercury sits in Taurus here. This is that feeling of being shut out, of being left out in the cold, of being ignored. So Cancer, and you know, this may resonate with you from this energy going back. It's like, you know, in the past, have you had this feeling? Have you had that feeling of being, and I feel like everybody has, but this is kind of recent for you. This isn't the last 6 months. This is the last couple of months, the last maybe 2 to 3 months of feeling like there's, you know, a little bit of neglect there, a little bit of neglect, a little bit of, yeah, just like being ignored even, completely being ignored. It does come across, there may be some financial difficulties that are going on for you, and even some maybe injuries for you, because this card, the Pentacles, can often represent the physical body as well. Okay, so they can also let us know if we've had any injuries, particularly with our legs or our knees. So that's in your past, Cancer. So moving that energy forward from that waiting period in the Hangman, we're moving it forward into the Five of Swords, and Venus sits in Aquarius here. So again, we've got that sword energy coming up for you, Cancer. Now, this tends to be an interesting card that shows up because it often shows up when we're maybe being confronted with the egoic side of ourselves, as in the whole needing to win the argument at all costs, needing to prove that you're right no matter what the outcome is. So I kind of feel like, Cancer, you know, there may be a situation or a circumstance that comes up for you where you're going to kind of have to check yourself. You're going to kind of have to say, look, what's the point in winning this argument with this other person when they don't have the intellect, or they don't have the ability to see this from both sides? You know, they don't have that ability to be able to go, okay, look, I can see where you might be coming from here. Yeah, I can see where I might have, you know, created that sense of feeling, or I might have, you know, blown this situation up a little bit. So what's the point in feeling like you've won when it's never going to come across to the other person like that? Sometimes we just have to let bygones be bygones. Sometimes we just have to ask ourselves, you know, what's the worst thing that can happen if they think that they're right? What's the worst thing that can happen about that? Okay, because I feel that being in that cardinal water energy, we can sometimes be very needing to get our point across very, very sharply, but we can sometimes be very connected to that outcome of that, you know, because you know, you're so driven by your emotions, Cancer, that sometimes you need to rein those in and just sit in the reality of a situation. It can be like, man, this person just is not going to see it from your point of view. So it's like, stop, just whatever, walk away. So let's come around and get some clarifying cards on this spread for you guys. We've got the Four of Wands. So let's have a look and see, let's expand on what's seeing in your subconscious. Let's get a little bit more insight into that, please. Oops, flipped over. Okay, we've got the King of Wands. King of Wands energy. And again, that Wands energy, it can be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. I know Aries is very strong at the moment because Mars is retrograding in the sign, I should say, of Aries. So this could even maybe, it's just like, so this is in your subconscious. So what this could be an aspect or a person who is driving this celebration, this idea that, you know, the happy home life, perhaps. Maybe in your subconscious, this is what you really want. All you're thinking about is, my life won't get complete until it's balanced, until I have that happy home, until I have that, you know, until I find that perfect partner, until I feel and find that cause, that celebration. Okay, so this energy is coming in and it's really saying, yeah, it's trying to really ground that into your subconscious, because this is a strong energy. This is somebody who is very gregarious, but they're also very much in control. There's a lot of Mars energy that sits in this card. There's a lot of fire. There's a lot of passion. So I feel like your subconscious is very, very, very passionate about this idea of you really, really wanting this stability and this perfect relationship, this ideal, marriage, this ideal partnership. And I know that that's kind of like, oh yeah, well, duh. Well, not everybody wants that. A lot of people want to be free to be able to explore and do their own thing. But being in the sign of Cancer, this is quite often where you guys feel very, very secure, where you feel at home the most is when you're in a really steady, stable relationship. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of fire behind that. There's a lot of passion around that idea that your subconscious has. Okay, let's have a look at a little bit more insight into that Hangman energy, the central issue. So I kind of wonder what's happening, what's going to be happening for you in October, Cancer, where you may need to have some patience and you may need to sit on something for a little bit and not take immediate action. Okay, let's elaborate on that Hangman energy. Wow, so beautiful. I feel like this is you as well. Actually, well, it is Mercury in Cancer. Look at this, 3 of Cups, 3 of Cups. So you may need to hold off. So we're getting clarity around this. So you may need to hold off on a situation that is to do with a group of girls. I shouldn't say girls, a group of people coming together. And there may, because the other thing about this energy, Mercury in Cancer, it can sometimes be celebration around your work, around the things that you're passionate about. Celebration, because really the traditional meaning for this is behind that there's a harvest. So they planted the seeds, they've done all the work, and what they've done is they're celebrating the what is it called? The amazing harvest that they've been able to create. Okay, so there may be something that you need to sit on that you're trying to create with other people. There may be something that you need to have some patience around some kind of coming together with other people, some kind of celebration. And, it feels really good. It feels like it's connected to your heart. It has a very light energy. It doesn't feel like it's a heavy work thing or anything like that. It feels really, I want to say gregarious. I want to say that for some reason. It feels really, really good. It feels really light and heartfelt. Okay, let's get some extra energy around this Queen of Swords, hey? This Queen of Swords. Who are you? So again, it could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy coming in. Who is this Queen of Swords? Ooh, 6 of Cups. We got Sun in Pisces. So this could be somebody from your past. This could be somebody from your past, okay? Because this card often is us reminiscing or looking back with fondness on things from our past, even so far back as the childhood. So this could be a mother energy. It could also be us, be somebody who is coming back that has not in the deep past. So say not so much childhood. It can be somebody who we just haven't seen for quite a while. So to me, I feel like that Queen of Swords may be somebody who you're going to be reconnecting with. Okay, this feels really good for you, Cancer. I like this month coming up. Okay, let's have a look at the 5 of Swords energy and see what's going on around that. Wow, Queen of Wands. We've got the King and Queen of Wands for clarifications here. So this could be around, again, an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo energy, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So keep an eye out for those crew. And if you're not into sun signs or you're into people's charts, you're going to be like, I'm not going to freaking know who they are. Look out for people that are very driven. They're very passionate. They're very fiery. They're very active. This is an older energy, so it's not a young person. It's somebody who's mature, somebody who is very much in charge. This is, when this card shows up, I kind of call her the boss bitch. She's the CEO of the tarot deck. She is the person who is in charge, the person that people go to, the person who organizes things, and loves to be in that role. So keep an eye out for that, Cancer. It's interesting, isn't it? Because I kind of feel like this energy that sits in your subconscious and the clarifying around the current issue, there's some similarities there around that cause for celebration, around that need for celebration. So it does feel like that's going to be coming up for you. I think that you're going to have to be patient though and wait it out. Be careful for maybe, like I said, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius coming into your life that there may be some conflict and some arguments with. It's just like, yeah, don't bother. Sometimes it's better to just let them think that they won and walk away. Again, there may be also somebody coming into your life from your childhood, from your deep past, or even somebody that you just haven't seen for a while. And there's a really nice reconnection there. And this was somebody who you had a very, I'm not going to say a very deep connection with, but the fact that it sits in Scorpio means that it wasn't a probably cappuccino coffee catch-up friend. It was somebody who probably meant a little bit more to you than that. Okay, I'm just going to throw out what do we call it here? A lesson card, a soul journey card from the James Van Praagh deck. So a message for you to take home with this as well. For Cancer, let's have a look. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. Oh, I love that. I'm just going to expand on that a little bit. I'll go to the book. I always like to read from the book with these cards. Loneliness, where am I? So for the month of Cancer, for the month of October, this card has come to you because you must be reminded that there is a difference between being lonely and being alone. Oh my gosh, this is so for you, Cancer, because often we tend to really just sit in our home a lot and feel very comfortable there. So that's the difference between, being alone but not feeling lonely, right? The feeling of loneliness originate from a sense of not appreciating the most important person in your life, you. If solitude seems like an affliction, you need to work on creating a healthy relationship with yourself. Only then will you attract others who will nurture your soul. If you don't develop a healthy relationship with yourself first, you will only draw unhealthy relationships to you. To create a healthy, positive relationship with yourself, you must begin to feel worthy of love. The permission of this physical dimension, the pessimism of this physical dimension can affect your self-esteem if you don't have strong conviction that you are valuable and meaningful. Don't view solitude as a weakness. It is merely your soul telling you that it is time to do some inner work and reevaluate your path before you start to shine. So as you sit in the silence of your soul, you will realize that your spirit family, your teachers and your guides are with you, and you are never ever alone. Oh, that's such a beautiful, beautiful message. And I feel like it's actually really on point with quite a lot of people still being in isolation at the moment with the COVID, right? So I feel that message may be for quite a few of us out there. Okay, Cancer, so I hope this has resonated. Please feel free to add something in the comments as to how this resonated with you, if it did or if it didn't. And I will catch you guys next week. Bye.